Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Chrissy Hodges. I'm an advocate for OCD, in particular Pure OCD, which is the community name for individuals who have intrusive thoughts and mental rituals. I'm also a certified peer support specialist, and I work with people all over the world to help provide support for them and normalization. And we run peer groups at ocdpeers.com, and I can also help provide referrals to therapists wherever you are in the world. Go to chrissyhodges.com to find out more information about my services and our team and how we can help you to get to treatment or just get the support that you deserve. If you're looking for therapy here in the States, there is OCD, which is an app. They have an app that provides community support, but they also now provide therapy in all 50 states. Go to treatmyocd.com for more information about them, or check it out in the description below and you can find out, or click on that and go find out how to sign up for an assessment, because you deserve therapy and you deserve to get better. They do have plans, hopefully, fingers crossed, for this year to go international. I'll let you know when that happens. So today I wanted to talk about a really important topic. I already have a video about this on my YouTube channel, so if you've already watched it and you're like, why are you doing another one? Well, because it's super important. And I posted something on my Instagram account recently. Check me out at PureOChrissy. I post almost daily on there for Instagram, either on my stories or on my feed, about OCD and about all things related to OCD. And I posted something this week about OCD and dreams. And I got a lot of feedback, of course, and I always get emails and comments and everything else about how OCD can impact our dreams. Oh, and this topic. And I say that because I'm one of them. I'm one of those people. I've always been a big dreamer. I've always been a very vivid dreamer. And when I was younger, I used to have dreams. Oh my God. I like one time, I had a dream that I threw up because, vomit is one of my bigger fears. And it was before a big race in college, and I had a dream the night before that I threw up, and then after the race, I threw up. And I was like, oh my God, now my dreams predict everything. This is like one time out of like however many years and days and nights of dreams I had. But of course that messed with my OCD. It was like, if you dreamed about it and then it happened, then anything you dream about is going to happen or it comes true. And it really, really screwed with me. And I've struggled with it on and off over the years. And a lot of the reasons why is I have really vivid dreams. And sometimes sometimes something will happen in my life and I'm like, did this really happen? Or was this a dream? Like, I sometimes ask people, did this happen or did I dream it? Because they're just so vivid. I wake up often and I'm just exhausted from dreaming, and it always involves people that I know or situations that's going on. But one of the things I like to remember is this. I mean, the random dreams that I'm one of those people that has the weird same dreams that obviously have meaning, but you don't know what they are. So I always have the I always have the dream of like that I'm chewing gum and the gum starts falling apart, and then I'm like choking on it and I'm pulling all the gum out. And of course, all the research says there's something that you're keeping inside and you need to disclose it because whatever. And then I always dream about the same places. So and I don't recognize the places, like certain houses or fields or areas. I also have the dream a lot of time either that I'm swimming or running, and I'm going and I can't move. And when I'm swimming, it's usually I'm in shallow water and I can't move my body. Running, I'm running but my legs can't move. And then the other one is inevitably like basketball, and this is probably just a trauma dream from when I was in high school. I would get the ball and try to dribble and it would go everywhere. And so I dream all the time. I'm standing in the middle of a basketball court and I'm trying to dribble the ball and I can't get a hold of it. I suck at dribbling. But there's that. And so you see all these random dreams and things that reoccur. And I think to myself, oh, this is just normal and this is what dreams are and blah, blah, blah. Until I have the vomit dreams, which emetophobia is a big fear of mine. So I had one a couple nights ago, which inspired my post on Instagram, actually. And it was so vivid, and I woke up nauseous. In my dream, I felt nauseous. And so then I woke up nauseous. And so, of course, I spent the next 30 minutes, panicking, doing compulsions, and then thinking, okay, you've got to make this irrelevant. This was a dream. You had no control. And that's just one example. As many of you know, I've expressed in a video I did a few weeks ago about the injury I've had in my foot. Well, I dream all the time about that. And in my dream, I can feel the injury. I can feel the sadness. I can feel the things that I feel during the day regarding that, especially when it comes to OCD. You know how OCD will project when you have an intrusive thought, and then you think to yourself, well, if I'm, worried that I'm a pedophile, then, I'm so scared I'll never be able to have kids, and I've always wanted a family, and now that's derailed, and I'll never be able to do that. And the sadness that comes on with that, I feel that in my dreams. And so, when I dream about things like this injury, or I'll be dreaming about, running up and down a soccer field or something, and I can't run when everybody else is, and I'm worried, I wake up and I just feel sad. I feel like it's so unfair. As much as we want to believe our dreams are a time where we can at least escape and rest when we have vivid imaginations like we do with OCD, and especially if that's paired with dreams, sometimes we can't escape it, and our dreams can sometimes feel even more triggered. Of course, I want to visit what you all came here for, the sexual intrusive thoughts or the violent intrusive thoughts. So the fear that you can experience during a dream, the pleasure you can experience during a dream when you're having sexual intrusive thoughts that entered the dream state. I can't speak for y'all, and I can't speak for everybody, but my dreams are so explicit. I've actually kind of desensitized to it at this point, because it's like, oh my gosh, like how many people can have sex with in my dreams already? It's so ridiculous. And I think before I just realized, like, I can fight this, or I can judge myself or whatever. At this point, it's just like, okay, who was in the dream tonight? But one of the things that helped me, and I'll get into when they become disturbing, but one of the things that actually helps me is to be able to acknowledge what my response is, or my shame level, my fear level, my need for certainty level. Let's say if I have a random dream about having sex with Eminem, which I've had before. It was, it wasn't something that I would wake up and be disturbed about. It just was like, that was interesting and whatever. But the level of judgment I would have on that versus if I had a random dream about having sex with one of my friends, or an ex, or the same sex, because I identify as straight. The things that, would feel threatening to my relationship or threatening to my sexuality, because I've had obsessions about before, those may feel like when I wake up, I'm going to have a level of uncertainty that I feel like I need to solve, a level of fear and urgency, and a level of, oh my gosh, why? I need to know why. And so, I've started to just evaluate a little bit on the degree of when I feel those and why. I mean, obviously, if I have a sexual dream about a family member, I'm going to wake up feeling disgust and fear and urgency and wondering why I did and what that means and what kind of person would have that. And so I'm terrified or whatever, versus like, okay, I just had a sex dream with my husband, or a sex dream with, I don't know, but it's something that's not incestual. So I've really been starting to observe that because it's the same. It's just falling asleep, having a dream that, by the way, I can't control. Even though sometimes in the dream, I can even be like, what's going on here? Why am I thinking this? What does this mean? What is going on? Or I feel like I'm feeling pleasure for it, or pleasure mixed with fear. So that's helped a little bit to be able to understand. Either way I think about this, it's still just the same. I still have the dream. I still woke up. I still got to go on with my day, and I get to choose whether or not I'm going to make it irrelevant, because that is the answer. So this is when dreams get complicated. So when they get complicated is when your body starts reacting, right? So like I said before, I have often dreams of the injury. And so in my dream, I feel the injury, so then I wake up and I immediately wiggle my foot. And then of course, you know, if you put so much brain power towards something, it's gonna hurt. And so then I feel it, and I immediately feel that sadness. And oh my God, this dream is telling me, it's predicting that this is what life is gonna be. And then I have to make the choice. Boom, I'm not gonna go down that road. I had a effing dream about running across a soccer field. That's not gonna determine my day or the rest of my life. I'm making that choice. That's hard to do, but I've learned now from evaluating my response to my dreams that that's how I have to treat them. So let's talk about when you have arousal during the dreams. Ugh, this is the worst. And even worse, when you orgasm, or you think you orgasm and you don't know. Okay, so let's unpack that for a minute. So when you feel arousal during the dream, it could be I'm making out, having sex, I'm watching something that's arousing, I'm doing this, and in my dream, I know I was aroused. I felt pleasure, I felt happy, whatever. Orgasming during a dream, you wake up while it's happening. So you know you did. You can feel it. You can look, you know, you're awake and you know it just happened. Or there's that in between. You know what I'm talking about? Where you're actually experiencing the dream, and then you're experiencing the arousal, and then you're in between, or I'm sorry, the orgasm, and you're in between sleeping and waking up. So you don't know if you did. And so then it's just this question of, oh my God, did I? What does that mean? I need to know. Oh, you ain't gonna know. Nope, it's just part of the cycle, and that's what's so hard. So all three of those scenarios, I'm gonna tell you, you do not have to figure it out in order to have a good day, in order to have a good life, in order to figure out whether intrusive thoughts are real. You don't have to figure it out. And in fact, you can't figure it out at all, because what happens in your dreams, it's irrelevant. The same way, like if I dreamed that 3 nights ago, I dreamed that I was at a hotel with 9 people and they were vomiting. And in my dream, I started to feel like, oh my God, I'm about to start vomiting. And I woke up and I was nauseous. I didn't vomit that day. There was nothing. I chose to make it irrelevant, even though I felt scared. I can't control what's going on in the dream. We think that we can, but we can't. And here's what trips us up. We all of a sudden get this thought in our head, and you may even start to Google it, and I highly recommend you don't. Is our dreams part of our subconscious that we really want or we desire? And they're just manifesting that way, and we just don't know it. Come on now, y'all. Come on now. I mean, I don't care how deep in the rabbit hole you go, and I don't care how deep you really believe that. I don't want to have sex with my family members or animals. And I'm sorry, but like I've dreamed about it, and I ain't going near that in the subconscious. Okay? Not gonna do it. So your theories, you can just throw them out the window. Dreams are just like thoughts. We cannot control what they are. We can't control our thoughts. We can't control our dreams. All we can do is control our reactions. Now, the difference is with thoughts, we do what we can during the day consciously because we're awake to try to control whether or not we're outplaying, or we're we're playing out a whole scenario, you know, and that's where the compulsions come in, and you have control over doing compulsions, right? So you'll do them to not have to play out a scenario, to not have to, you know, decide whether a groinal is real or not. In the dream, sometimes you don't have that control. Things play all the way out and not the way that you want them to. And that's where it can seem even scarier. Why would it play all the way out if it's something that I didn't want? I don't know. Like, why am I in a pool of 1 foot water trying to swim and I can't move? I don't know. It's not relevant. It's just whatever was going on in my brain at the time that I was fixated on, or maybe I wasn't even fixated on, and it just latched onto that. I know, look, I don't have any tips. So if you came to this video going, I want to know how to control this, you're going to leave sorely disappointed. The only thing I wanted to tell you is this is so common. Dreams are very much part of living with the OCD cycle and manifesting through your dreams. And our brains are usually going to go directly to, if I'm dreaming about it, it must be real. If I'm dreaming about it, it must be what I want. Again, it's the same logic and the same way of thinking when it comes to, if I'm thinking about it, it must be real. If I'm thinking about it, it must be what I want. Nope. Thoughts are just thoughts. Dreams are just dreams. Unfortunately, the difference is that we have way less control during dreams on where our brain goes, because we can't actively respond with compulsions, which, by the way, isn't going to help your cause in the long run anyway. But unfortunately, that's where dreams can dive way deeper and make us feel worse. So I want to leave you with this. I have these dreams all the time. Like, I go to sleep sometimes, I'm like, what's going to happen tonight? Like, what porno am I going to be in tonight? You know, or whatever, especially like if I wake up at 4 or 5, and then I know I'm going to go back to sleep for 2 hours. There's something about me and like just that area between like REM sleep and not. Like, my dreams are so vivid. It is like I am out of my body doing whatever they're telling me. So I get it. And I sometimes wake up just jarred and shocked at some of the things that happen, disgusted sometimes at some of the things that happen, and very confused. And you know that there's that period of time at the very, like right when you're waking up, and it's almost like you're awake, but then it's still very intense. You know, I usually try to take that time to go, you know what, I'm going to do whatever I can to make this irrelevant. And I'm going to choose during the day, if this dream arises back for me, that I'm going to go, well, you know, I can't control the dreams, and maybe I'll dream about it again tonight. That's not something I control. The same way I can't control my thoughts. The only thing I can control is my reaction. And my reaction is, because I can't control dreams and I can't control thoughts, I'm going to do whatever I can to make them irrelevant. So I hope you know this is super common. People with OCD have very vivid dreams, and sometimes you don't too. That, and whatever. I'm always jealous of those people that can just sleep and they don't have all kinds of scenarios and different life experiences and pornos going on in their brain, because I do. But if it is something that you experience and continues to keep you trapped, treat it like you would treat thoughts. Make it irrelevant. Try to reduce the compulsions when you wake up, and try not to judge yourself. Have some self-compassion. I know when you wake up and you think, oh my gosh, I was aroused, or I had an orgasm, or whatever, that has to mean something. Again, there's not much you can do about it when you're asleep. And so accept it for what it is. Try to think of it as irrelevant, and anticipate the next night it might happen again, or it might not. Who knows what journey you'll go on the next night, right? But this is common. You're not alone, and you're not going nuts. Anyway, thanks for being here tonight. I hope that I hope this helped you in any way. And again, if you're looking for peer support or referrals to therapists, we can provide that through my practice at chrissyhodges.com. If you are looking for support groups, ocdpeers.com. We run support groups almost every day, theme-based and catch-all groups. And they are all run by people who are trained and certified as peers. And if you are looking for treatment here in the States, OCD is an app, as well as they provide therapy in every single state. Go to Treat My OCD or check out in the description. There's a link for you to click on to sign up for an assessment. Thanks so much for being here. I know how hard OCD is, and I know that we think to ourselves, why can't I just have an escape in my dreams? So when it shows up in our dreams, it just sucks. But it's very common for us. You're not alone, and this doesn't mean that you are, that there's something wrong with you, or that means if it shows up in my dreams, it must be true. So thank you, and I will see you soon.